Hey, good morning. Jason Baker here with Rise Real Estate, and I kind of just get a little training this morning. This one gets a little deep, um, but here we go. So in 2013, I got shot in Dillon. I used to run a wounded veteran hunting program, and we were having a donor hunt. And I was out trying to pick up a duck and come back. So I guess we could say ducks won, Jason none. And I was about 10 yards from where some other guys I was hunting with were hunting, and I was just ready to get back in the creek and lay down in the blind, and a bunch of ducks landed in. And I didn't have my dog that day because it was too cold. And the gentleman raised up and shot twice and hit me right in the face at about 10 yards with a 3-inch Magnum load. And if anybody that knows who that is, obviously, knocked out, hit, and then the second shot hit the top of my head, and I was messed up, knocked out, of course. I woke up bloody, I couldn't see, and I had been shot, on the left side of my face, and of course it went through my eye and all sorts of messed up. So anyway, I was life flighted to woke up in Missoula. I was in and out of it, in and out of consciousness, and so it was a tough time. That was 2013, so it's been a while. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't really like talking about it too much, but I for 2 years after that event, I was angry. I was drinking a lot. They tried to put me on every sort of kind of medication to make me feel better. And then finally was diagnosed with PTSD because it was a near-death experience. And so I guess that kind of messes with your brain, even though you don't know why you're acting out, but it's just happening. So anyway, it was brutal. So there was for a couple of years there, I didn't want to kill myself. I just didn't really want to I was just like, I didn't like what was there. Had a family, of course. I had a 6-month-old daughter and a 3 or 4-year-old son there. So I really had two decisions. I could just continue to bitch and moan about it, pardon my French, or I could just figure it out. So but I didn't know how. So I read a book called Miracle Morning. I read a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, and between those two books, it gave me the tools I needed to start doing something else. For me, I'm list oriented. I'm not a real analytical personality. I'm kind of more of a hard charger, and so I think lots of thoughts, entrepreneurial thoughts, everything else. And so I had to kind of corral myself there. And so first thing I had to do is I had to wean myself off the medication I was on. How I did that is I had to start thinking good thoughts. So how I did that was the following way. I made a commitment to wake up at 5:30 a.m. It was tough because all I wanted to do was sleep all day because it was just easier. Meanwhile, remember, I'm like 4 months when I got shot. I was like 4 months in a real estate business, full swing. Prior to that, I was an addict, and I was 3 years sober, 4 years sober before I got into real estate. So I was just, starting to fight back from that, and then got into real estate, and then get shot. So, there was a little more than one thing going on there. So anyway, so let's talk about the good stuff. So how did I get over it? First thing, get to bed early, wake up early, 5:30. I love Jesus, but I cuss a lot, but started to pray, started to meditate every morning when I woke up at 5:30. Next thing I had to do, I had to read something really positive, some business book or some, again, Psycho-Cybernetics, Miracle Morning, Bible, whatever. You guys aren't believers, and I'm not preaching. Fact is, I just had to read something positive because I was thinking negative, right? I had to start changing the way that slowly. It doesn't happen overnight, believe me. It took years. And then I would just have to shower. Now, for the first month after I got shot, I had to lay on my right side basically because my eye was jacked up. I'm blind in it now, but I have my eye. They somehow put that back together, and I don't know how they did it, but I'm thankful that they did. I don't roll at a listing appointment. I don't roll my eye across the table. So anyways, I just would shower. And then I would just eat, whether I was going out of the house or not, I would dress for success. Okay. I started getting back to the office slowly. mentally, physically, whether I was going in the office or working from our home office. It's not. And I'm gonna, down below is a link of the actual form I would fill out every morning. I would just try, the moment I start thinking something negative, I would think of something positive. Like a moment that I liked, a time that I liked, like ducks coming in, not that one moment that I described earlier, but other times. Uh, and uh, and then I would write down 3 to 5 things I was grateful for. You'll see that on the worksheet below. Feel free to change that, save it and change it, rip it off. Anything I said, rip it off. If you think it sucks, you can just delete it. Then I had to write down, and this was hard, because I've been kind of an idiot for 8 or 9 years, 4 years prior to that, going through life, learning about myself, being a total idiot, heathen, and I had to write down 3 things I loved about myself, which was tough. So three to five things I was grateful for, 3 to 5 things I loved about myself. And then I needed some direction in my life because I was all over the place. And so I had to start writing down some short and long-term goals. You see that on the worksheet too. I would start saying I'm a multimillionaire, I'm a 100 millionaire, I'm a billionaire. I just start having positive self-talk rather than negative self-talk. It's not an overnight thing, but the decision was made overnight, but the results were not overnight. And I like quick results. But I can tell you the compound effect is a much better way to do things. So anyways, I wrote down short and long-term goals. Here's a hard one. Personal successes. So I had to write down personal successes. 3 things I did good in the last 24 hours or 48 hours. If it was a weekend, last 72 hours. That's tough. That's like to keep thinking about some stuff because you'd never ever give yourself credit for the things that you've done, but you should. Small or big. Nothing has to be monumental. Like 0.0001% improvement per day is a game changer at the end of the year. All right. So, and then I wrote down like, what is the one thing that I'm gonna accomplish today? Just one thing. Like, what am I gonna do today? Yeah, short and long-term goals, but like, what is the one thing I must accomplish today and will accomplish today? And that's usually the thing I wrote down that I did good yesterday, the next day. I did this every day. I have boxes in storage full of thousands of pages of me doing this over a 2 or 3 year period. And it was, for me, it was just a big game changer. So hopefully, A, you'll still talk to me after you learn about my not so awesome past. And then B, I hope this helps. Maybe someone needs to use it. So feel free to, like I said, rip it off. So anyhow, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Not really anything regarding real estate today, but there you go. We're all messy and it's totally okay. Take care.